I will let no apple stand in the way of this crusade. Hit him right in the citrusy. When I grow up, Oh, my stream is echoing because I have it playing on my fucking phone. Hello, everybody. I need to have the stream pulled up on my phone, but I can't have the audio playing, otherwise I'm gonna go nuts listening to my own voice. And nobody wants to hear me stumble through sentences. Even drunk me is more coherent. Anyway, welcome back. We survived the cyber attack from the terrorist Apple. And now we're going to Are you trying to give them an ASMR session? Is there any particular reason you just sniffed my mic? That was one of the dogs. The last place I want to be. Yes, who would reasonably want to be at the Tojo headquarters? Yakuza 6 ASMR. Alright. Like I said, we are going to take the quick detour back to our slender stuff. What a way to start the stream. Hey, it's only been like 3 minutes. What are you about to go on about? I walked over and pushed him down. Crawling on top of him, he moved up the bed and I smirked, then waved my hand. A dark red mist wrapped around Slender's wrists. I can almost guarantee that red mist is meant to be a reference to Squidward's suicide, because this is already a massive crossover creepypasta thing. Oh my god. It gets to a point. Wrapped around Slender's wrist, slowly pulling them above his head as I kissed him. When I pulled away, I saw that his cheeks were slightly gray as he blushed. Okay. He blushes with gray. This is lore accurate, I guess. I then moved down and kissed his jaw, mentally laughing at how he moved his head to the side. Mentally laughing. Cecil! I need you, Cecil! Cecil, I need your professionals. I kept kissing his jaw, then moved to his neck, but when I kissed a certain part of his neck, I froze for a second. Hi, Faustus. When I heard a noise come from him, I then watched as he struggled against his restraints. The Spanish Inquisition. Shh. Hopefully this will teach you to act more professionally. I whispered. I'm late. I was arguing with Bread. Well, that don't make no sense. I'll see myself out. I whispered, feeling him shiver underneath me. I then kissed his neck again, feeling the vibrations under his skin as he moaned. I have no mouth, yet I moan. What is this? I smirked and bit down onto his sweet spot, causing him to moan a bit louder. Oh my god. This is literally ChatGPT generated smut, I swear. But this is human-made, baby. This is human-made cringe right here. AI couldn't replicate this. The Spanish Inquisition, he moaned as I bit down harder, piercing his skin, causing him to bleed a little. I then sat up, feeling pressure against me. I wriggled a little, watching as he arched slightly and tried moving his arms. He held his breath. So, I'm very good at making cringe. I'm a good liar. I'm a very good liar. You're better. So, you've shut up now? What's wrong, Slendy? Why don't you yell like what you did downstairs, huh? You made me? Why did you make me do this? You're fighting so you can watch everyone around you die. I asked and moved again, hearing him whimper then whine. I start undoing his tie and slip it over his head. This is good news, Mark. We can finally be bees. And by bees. I don't know why you just slipped I don't know why I slipped the tie over the head. Just take it off. Throw it aside. Use it to tie their wrists behind their back. I don't know. Why use space magic when can use tie? It's romantic. Undo the buttons on his jacket and shirt before running my hands over his form. I'm going to get what I want, whether you want to or not. I'm just gonna assume that this is good news, Mark. We can have sex with Slenderman and creepypastas. Rather than think of this as some sort of domineering rape thing, I'm just gonna assume that this is a healthy practice of a established BDSM relationship and continue reading with that assumption. It's just that rather than being between people, it's between whatever the fuck this is. I say quietly, then lean down and bite his collarbone whilst wriggling my hips again, feeling how he bucks his hips and cries out suddenly. Slightly in pain from the bite. Oh. Whoa. Full stop. Come on, use a comma. Use a comma instead of a period for once. Please. Smirked and then licked the blood away. Smirked and licked the... Oh my god, it is... Why is it called the collarbone when? Wise words as always. Oh, great. Smirked and licked then blood away. That's exactly how it's written. It's not the blood, it's then blood. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. Then move a hand into his trousers. Sorry, every time I hear trousers, I think of Moist Critical. And, yeah, he admittedly dropped my trousers, bent me over his knee, and spanked me a bit. I can't lie, I got smacked down with facts and logic. My pussy could not handle it. But, coming back to, make my statement. feel him shiver under my hand as it trails down. Then I grab hold of my prize and squeeze it slightly, hearing him choke out a pleasured sob. Jesus. I then start pumping him, watching as he tries to free himself from his binds. Come on. Don't be a coward. Say the word penis. Come on. You're already writing smut. You don't need to beat around the bush. You don't need to call it a prize. Just call it a penis. Ready to see a spooky ghost of a guy from the Yakuza 4? Wow! Jump scare. He then moans again and I smile, hearing how his breathing became shaky. I knew he was about to come, so I stopped listening to his whine and listened to his groan in pleasure. What? Did you, was he doing both at the same time and you just chose to listen to that, or did he choose to? I'm scared. I made a mistake. It says comments. Oh, this comment section is sweet. The top comment is, but consent is sexy. And every reply agrees. There is hope for humanity after all. Even on Wattpad. Smirking and waved my hand again, and something tied itself around the bottom of Slenderman's shaft. I then got rid of his trousers and underwear before getting rid of my own clothes and lowering myself onto him. I listened to his moan out loud and started moving my hips, as opposed to listening to his moan in silence. I'm so confused. All right, that was our brief break. Let's hope that he doesn't attempt another terrorist attack on my bold and brash, nonsensical garbage. Great. Just fucking great. How the hell do I put this in short? Right now, I'm at the library, which could very well be the only place in Aberdeen that has a free-to-use computer. It's been 5 full days since I last encountered the figure. That bastard is some sort of problem because he burnt my house down. Oh yeah, he burnt the entire thing down for no reason whatsoever. This is totally a super situation. I'll be replaced by another. I did manage to save some things from my house, like my laptop and the Happy badge and letter, as opposed to like precious family photos or recipes or anything of value. Why the laptop and the happy happy? Nobody needs happy happy. Even then, I feel like I've released some sort of bullshit curse from watching those episodes of Happy Happy, and the library is my only hope spot. Thanks to that figure, I'm not even going to research more on this show anymore. After I destroy the badge and letter, I'm going to close down this blog. Or better yet, I should kill that fucker for what he did. I don't give a damn if I break the law and get sent to jail, or whoever the figure is has to pay for what he has done to me. And then, bipolarness kicks in. However, I'm not sure if the figure burned down my house. I didn't see this figure near my house, so it could have just been a chimney or electrical fire. Hello everyone. Welcome. We are still reading, believe it or not. It hasn't stopped, and it won't stop for a while. So you know what? Forget what I said about closing down the blog and killing the figure. I'm going to treat the fire like it was natural and keep researching the show. Don't expect me to act nicely in the following months, though. Everybody would have been very happy if you stopped uploading. June 28th, 2011. I finally got somewhere to live in. To be more precise, I bought a mobile home in the nearby trailer park a few days ago. Since I'm not the richest man in my neighborhood, this will definitely do for now until I get enough money to buy a proper house. Sheesh. Different times, I guess. Why are 8 people here?
Huh?
I don't know, but I'm happy they are.
Gosh, it wasn't even better.
On Happy Happy, however, one of my friends, Jim Forrester, actually remembered Happy Happy. It is most likely the one mentioned in Kevin's interview. So you're just friends with everybody who works on this show. We want to hear the gospel. Funnily enough, Happy Happy does kind of have this sort of pseudo fan base to it, of people who more so like watching others have to suffer, which is admittedly entertaining. Now I am paying for my sins of viewing. Said that there were more episodes I didn't have on the DVD. Turns out that the most violent episodes were actually at the end of the season. The entire first season was supposed to have 25 episodes plus a TV movie. No one mentioned it because Jim and Nickelodeon had the only known high-quality tapes until I found the DVD. It's also worth mentioning that the series slowly got more violent as the series happy episodes. Here are the contents of the disc. The first clip starts out with a close-up of a school bell ringing. It cuts to Happy Happy standing next to a kid sitting at a desk. The kid is trying to answer a math problem but gives up and says, "I don't know how to do my homework." Soon the teacher says class is dismissed. The kid becomes ashamed that he didn't know how to do his homework, but Happy says, "That's all right. I'll sing you the math song, and you will understand." After the kid gasps, Happy sings a song about math. It was distorted in both audio and video, but I could thankfully make out the lyrics. You and I have very different things to be thankful for, buddy. Times were so much simpler when I was fighting a man who was about to get eaten by a white whale. I'm going to show you how to do your homework. 7 plus 4 is 11, and 9 minus 2 is 7. Math's not a chore because 15 minus 11 equals 4. 6 plus 2 is 8, and you're doing great. Now here's the last 3, you're on a spree. 66 minus 39 is 27, and negative 5 plus 16 is 11. This is some stinky bars this apple is spitting. Sing. There's no context for what the for what the tune is supposed to be. There's no context. This is okay, fine. I'll try. Seven plus four to the tune of Last Friday Night. Seven plus four is 11. And 9 minus 2 is 7. Math's not a chore, cause 15 11 equals 4. 6 plus 2 is 8. Now you're doing great. Oh, I'm suffering immensely. Now here's the last 3. You're on a spree. The 2 songs I best... Dameda, what the fuck did I join? I'm so lost. You see, we're climbing a mountain right now. A mountain of great length. It's red, and it's held up by a bent rusty stick. The dog is slurping. After that, the kid says, "Wow, thanks." Even though the clips look like they were separate and from different episodes, they actually seem to be in order. Okay. It started with 3 kids saying that their families were gone. They proceeded to cry so loudly that it was almost painful to see. Almost painful to see, but I do not care for the children and their tears. Happy and 2 other kids enter the shot and tried to calm them down. Eventually they managed to calm down the 3 kids, and all 5 of them leave. However, Happy had this weird, perverted, and greedy expression. He tells the kids to come with him. They follow him into an abandoned office building. 2 minutes later, he leaves the building, dragging several money bags with him. The kids were screaming for help again. To witness the music. Enjoy yourself. We will continue descending into madness. Later, he leaves the building, dragging several money bags with him. The kids were screaming for help again. Didn't end there. There was one fragment of a somewhat violent episode. Happy was putting a bandage on a kid's arm. Oddly enough, he was wearing a long coat in this episode, and in the far corner of his pocket, a needle with green fluids is visible. Happy gave the kid a shot with the needle, which knocked the kid out. He dragged the kid into his van, and a chainsaw was heard. The DVD stopped after that. Oh, you want to know more about that encounter with the figure? First, it turns out he was at the library, so I got out of there. However, about Kleiner. Who? However, about Kleiner, though, what I thought was Harold was actually someone else that looked like him. Oh my god. I hope the person who made this feels great shame. The fuck? Where are these names coming from? You can pull more consistent things out of somebody's ass. What is happening? Thought was Harold was actually someone else that looked like him. Secondly, I gave him a nickname. It's Forensic, which turns out to be his real name. which is stupid. Which is better than calling him the figure. I didn't come up with the name, though. I found a scrap of paper on my desk that said forensic. Oh. Dr. Kleiner from Half-Life. Don't know. Kleiner. I don't know. Probably saying it wrong because I'm an ignorant American stupid who won't bother to Google it because I'm already reading Happy Happy. I shouldn't have to put more effort into it than that. Obviously, since I have to call the figure something, I will call him Forensic from now on. When I saw him 17 days ago, he seemed to have fingers with claws. I don't mean he had retractable claws in his fingers. His fingers looked like they were very sharp. I also got a good look at how he ran. He seems to be hunchbacked, which means he would be taller than he would be... He would be taller when he would be standing up straight. Okay. My eyes are getting crossed over each other. I say about 6'9". Is this a reference? The 6'9" height, is this a reference to Blue Meteor? My God. We're getting flashbacks. Though you could speculate that since I don't have a picture of him yet. Now it's the 10th post. Oh boy. Oh, there's at least 40 left. Whew. Here we go. July 14th, 2011. Jim Forrester has called me again with another development. Tristan Ye, the man who voiced Happy Happy and a star on Fright House Screamers, was killed today. Sex reference. No, there were no references to sex. I swear. Was killed today. His body had 3 long and deep cut marks on his chest, with one of them slashing open his heart. That's, horrific. Goddamn. Telling me that this supposedly human with just really sharp fingers just clawed through this guy's ribs to cut open his heart? That's fucking terrifying. I would not fuck with that guy. Even though the police marked it as a murder by a bladed weapon, I think Forensic killed Tristan. Well, I mean, if he has the claws you say he has, it would make sense. Just seems like a weird coincidence that my CD of the Happy Happy episodes was clawed in the same way that Tristan Ye has. Jim, however, said in response that they would be very sharp claws, since the markings managed to put a deep cut on one of his ribs. Might need to research Fright House Screamers after I'm done with Happy Happy. It sounds quite interesting. Another one down. July 15th, 2011. This one's another one of them single paragraph ones. Cherish it. Today, Jim Forrester gave me a DVD with 3 new episodes. According to Jim, the first one is the episode with the green fluids needle, the second being the full version of Happy Goes to School, and the last one might be the second part of the Happy Happy TV movie. I would be able to describe the episodes if it wasn't for the extensive cleaning the disc needs. Please do not clean the disc. Leave it dirty and do not wash it. Go to the room and remove the worms from under your skin that are making you write this shit. July 17th, 2011. After all of this time, I cleaned the disc enough to be watchable. The only problem is that it sometimes freezes when a video gets played. That 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 would be used to describe the player itself, not the... Okay. It freezes when a video gets played. That's not the disc's fault, though. The laser can't read it, and this disc isn't scratched. I don't get it. I'm in pain. Here are the contents. Oh boy, we have another Happy Appy episode description. Everybody's favorite. The first episode started out with the scene with the green fluids needle. After Happy kills the kid, he drives to a crashed plane, where the scene with the money bags happened. Cuts to the playground where Happy was playing with some kids. Went along like normal until his skin peeled off, revealing a rotten apple core. It was like an orange peeler was being used on him. They're using an orange peeler on an apple instead of an apple slicer. How inefficient. The skin landed on a boy's head, covering his face like a blanket. Disturbing mental image, thank you. Skin on skin contact. Weird part about this scene was that the kids had no reaction to Happy's skin being peeled, almost like it never even happened. After a minute of seeing the boy with Happy's skin on his head, the episode ends. Just why? Why any of this? The second episode was, as Jim said, the full version of Happy Goes to School. It begins with the math scene and song happens, but in a vastly improved quality. After that, Happy goes into a science class where a kid is messing around with a Bunsen burner. Eventually, the kid gets his finger burned by accident. The ever so comfortable Happy Appy blanket. I wish to wear the apple's skin. It would satiate every desire I have. Second episode... Oh, wait, never mind. He goes into a science class where a kid is messing around with a Bunsen burner. Eventually, the kid gets his finger burned by accident. Happy informs, never play with a Bunsen burner without adult supervision. If you don't, you might get hurt like Eddie here. After a short monologue, Happy puts an ice pack on Eddie's burn, and he thanks Happy. A few seconds after Happy puts the ice pack over the kid's burn, he hears an argument coming from the hallway. Cuts to a bully mocking a young kid, telling him that his art project is the dumbest thing ever. Because of this, the younger kid starts crying. After some more mocking, the bully runs off laughing. Right as he leaves, Happy comes over and tells the kid to never give up on what he likes doing. The kid instantly cheers up and runs into a classroom, presumably to tell a teacher about the bully. Is this Kuwana's origin story? Am I so desperate to entertain myself that I'm trying to make connections between Lost Judgment and Happy Appy? Am I going to be alright? Finally, I saw the second part of the Happy Appy movie. It started out with Happy Appy driving his van on the road leading to the playground. It shows a kid playing with rocks on the side of the road. By accident, he throws a large rock on the road, which lands directly in the path of Happy Appy's van. Happy thinks it's an animal and tries to swerve out of the way, but the van goes off the road and crashes into a grassy ditch. For this scene, footage of a real car crash was used for whatever reason. After this scene, the van starts to catch on fire, and some kids, including the one who threw the giant rock, run over to the burning wreckage. The music for this scene isn't the happy-go-lucky music that plays throughout the show, but sound clips of a reverse Revolution 9 with Happy screaming, "Get me out." Did anyone understand that? Because I didn't. What is Revolution 9? After a kid says, "There, his hat, his hat," it cuts to Happy's bloody stem, which had a mouth with bloody teeth on it. The stem proceeded to scream, which was just one of the screams that Mike Shank did in American Movie. Another kid says, "His body, his body." Happy's body was badly burnt and scratched up, with blood coming out from the larger, deeper cuts. His left eyeball was dangling out of the socket, while all of his upper teeth were either chipped or broken. Where Happy's left arm and stump were, there were pure white bone, with blood slowly leaking from the exposed wounds. Just writing anything at this point. Is it even writing? Look, this is what we lose with AI. Everything AI makes is too formulaic. It could never make something like this. Caliber. Happy tried to crawl out of the burning wreck with his right arm, but it was only a minute until he collapsed and died, while screaming to weird sci-fi noises. The next scene just showed the road, lacking any children whatsoever, with the remains of Happy Appy in the van in plain sight. It cuts to a funeral where kids were crying over Happy's dead body, while one kid said, "Why, Happy, why?" Another tried to wake up Happy by shaking his corpse. After the funeral scene, it showed Happy's body with blood on his broken teeth. The shot fades to a scene taking place 10 years later, where a kid was talking to her mother. "10 years. Something interesting was said. Finally! Finally! The obvious joke can be made. And I can continue on with my cycle of trying to find perpetual stimulation. 10 years in the joint made you a fucking pussy." The mother replied to the girl, but her speech was in reverse. After re-reversing it, the speech turned out to be, "Don't worry, my daughter, Happy Appy is coming to take you away. Ha ha." The father comes in and talks about how bad Happy was, but in a sarcastic tone. After the mother asks why he randomly brought Happy up, the father brings out a knife and stabs the mother in the head. The girl screams, runs to the mother's side, and starts crying. The father's skin peels off like the scene where Happy in the orange peeler, reeling Happy with his injuries from the car crash. Happy proceeds to kill the girl. This is just, where it's going, I guess. The last shot before the credits was Happy Appy smiling over the bodies of the mother and kid, as well as the skin of the father. The skin of the father. Glorious. Instead of this theme song playing over the credits, dark carnival music played with clips of Revolution 9 and Napoleon 14's They're Coming to Take Me with a bloodied scalpel in one hand and an X-Acto knife in the other. It slowly panned down to the disguise Happy was under, like the Magic Trick episode, and stopped at the hand of the skin, which had cut marks on it. The episode ended. 10 years in the Happy Appy costume made you a fucking incomprehensible story.
Hey.
There's no story being told.